Hello, honeys. Yes, I am coming through very, very quickly. We're stopping at the bank and we're on our way to the Botanica. We're doing some casework. It says ATM is currently out of service. Okay, that's fine, girl. Well, I guess we gotta walk up to the damn ATM, honey. Girl, I guess we gotta walk up there. But anyway, go ahead, come on out, Miss Thing, come on. The Botanica that I go to, they don't accept debit card, Visa, none of that, girl. You gotta pay them cash. They old-fashioned, girl. They're like, we're not paying Visa. We rather put our money into the services again. So what am I gonna do? Am I gonna park in the handicap just so I can get up in here? Am I gonna park in the handicap just so I can get up in here, honey? And then, oh, girl, wait a minute. Girl, guess who is, oh, girl, so he must only work here on Saturday. You don't gotta say that because I'm on YouTube right now. But guess who I just see walk inside of Chase Bank right now, girl? Girl, let me go up in here, girl. Girl, let me go up in here, girl. Hold on, let me go up in here, girl. Listen, y'all. Wait a minute. Give me 1 minute, honey. Can I keep y'all on right here? We kind of in an incline. Give me 1 moment. 1 minute, okay? Oh shit, I almost left my car on. Give me 1 minute. Don't y'all go nowhere. Y'all can look at my feet, honey, while I go. Hold on. Oh my God, okay, so I'm back, honey. Girl, listen, I'm gonna have to come back here after I'm done doing my little spiritual stuff, honey. Girl, you won't believe who's inside Chase right now. He owe me some money. Girl, you in the right place too. You working it too. Y'all like my social. Anyway, so the topic of the video is, are you walking out? What's going on? You know what? Pedestrians have the right of way, but today will be the day. Today will be the day, sir. You taking too long, honey. Today will be the day. Today will be the day. Go ahead. Today will be the day, sir. Today will be the day. And I you know, I don't mind. I don't mind, girl, because y'all taking too long. We listen, we got things we got to do. So anyway, the title of the video, as you can see, is gender dysphoria. You know, you know, doctors have been trying to deal with the gender dysphoria community for about 40-something years now, since the 70s. You know, and it amazes me that all these, you know, people that don't even know where they come from, they don't know even the genetic roots of who they are, could actually sit on their YouTube channel and they can actually educate you or attempt to educate you on a situation that they know nothing about because they don't live that life. And on top of that, they have not studied that. There are doctors that have been extensively, if you don't know what extensively means, that means really in depth, about what makes a transgender person. So me being a transgender person, someone of trans experience, I'm going to explain to you exactly what that is, because of course you got people here telling you it's like a Caucasian person, no shade out there, trying to tell you what black people go through. A Caucasian person can't tell you what a black person go through, honey. Can we talk about it? So let's go into it. The term gender dysphoria says exactly just that. Gender meaning male or female, dys being disconnected, from. Phoria is a feeling. So gender dysphoria is the feeling emotionally and psychologically of the opposite sex of what you are born anatomically. Okay, now doesn't mean that it's delusional. It said that is a medical condition. There's different variations of gender dysphoria, and if you have a CPT, which I have, I can actually do a video on that if you would like to see that, because I went to school for medical. Okay, so I can actually give you a breakdown of the code. I can tell you all the code and all the good stuff too, honey. The codes, what it means, and there's subcategories to that. But either way, it is a state of being emotionally and psychologically connected to the sex that you were not anatomically born, meaning physically. Okay, so let's go into that, because gender and sex is two different things. But either way, that's what that term means. Now, going into myself, I am an intersexed individual. If you do not know what intersex mean, I encourage you to look that up. And even going into the term transgender. Now, I talked about this on my other channel, and like I said, I'm gonna break it down to you what transgenderism is, because transgenderism is a real thing. Transgender is an umbrella term, but everybody underneath that term identify differently. The reason why I consider myself transgender, and I address or I identify myself that when I refer to myself to other people, is when you say the word transsexual, people assume that transsexual deals with your transsexual, or it deals with your sexuality, and it does not. Transsexualism and transgenderism is two and the same. It could be different, it could be the same. But the reason why a lot of us don't say we're transsexuals, because people automatically assume that it's our sexuality, when gender dysphoria deals with the gender. Okay, going into someone who is transsexual, you are sexist. You are transitioning from one sex anatomically to the other. Now, just clarify that and bear with me, because like I said, I'm not going to put too much time on this, because of course I'm going to educate you from someone who is this. This is my life. I've been seeing a therapist since 16 years old. I am now 30 years old. So like I said before, this is my story. I'm going to educate you on my people. There's a difference between transsexuals and transvestites. Transvestites do not take hormones. Transvestites do not go through therapy to be, or to identify, or to cope with their identity as a trans person. A transvestite is a male, or we'll say male. It could be female too, but people don't talk about that. So a male is a male, typically homosexual, that puts on women clothing to give off a look. We call that geesh in the LGBT community. When a man dresses up in geesh, he is a transvestite. Now, drag queen is a subcategory to transvestite. When it goes into transsexuals, there are non-op transsexuals, post-op transsexuals, and pre-op transsexuals. Now, in order for you to be a transsexual, you can look up this for your own reference if you want to. AnnLawrence.com, you have tsroadmap.com, and you also have Harry Benjamin Standard of Care. Google that. They will tell you what you need to go through in order to be a transsexual and or to start your transitioning process. When I got my gender mark changed on my ID back in 2009, back then you had to present a document from not one doctor, not two doctors, but 3 doctors stating that you are the sex that you are wanting to be identified as, or you're choosing to be identified as, but you want it to be known that this is irreversible. You cannot go back to being the sex that you were anatomically born. So going into that, I am a transsexual. I am a pre-op transsexual, if you want to be in my business, because people want to be in business and say, well, transvestites don't have no idea. They don't want to. They don't have no plan on getting surgery. You're right about that. But a transsexual is anybody who goes through psychological therapy and hormonal treatment. That is a transsexual. You don't have to have surgery done to be a transsexual. You don't got to have bottom surgery done to be a transsexual. That is totally different. Okay, going into that, because I'm making a reference to a video where someone was saying that, transvestites have no idea. They were just throwing shade at me, trying to talk about, like, I'm a young girl. A lot of people transition in their 50s as far as getting that bottom surgery done. At this point in my life, I don't have to do anything to change anything, okay? It is what it is. It does not change you from being a transgender woman or transsexual, whether or not you have the bottom surgery or not. What makes you a transsexual and separates a transsexual from a transvestite is the fact that I went to therapy. It is the fact that I started hormonal therapy, and I have 2 doctors I can give you as a reference, and you can see my letters if you want to, as well as my prescription if you really want to know. Because like I said, that's not your business. But that's what that is. Now, the reason why a transsexual or someone who is gender dysphoric, because we all have levels of that in us. Okay, can we talk about it? Gender dysphoria in common day would be a man who does things feminine, effeminate, or a woman who does things masculine. We all have that. There's women that, put pants on and stuff, and that's not a woman. We got men out here who, who do other stuff. But either way, a transgender does not go to therapy to be taught how to be a woman, or to be taught how to behave like a woman, or to be taught how to respect women. A transgender go to therapy to prove that they did not go through no type of trauma, and that's why they feel that way. This is why a lot of transgenders out there are not really transgenders. We call them black market. We call them popcorn. Because a lot of people have been traumatized. A lot of people have been raped. A lot of people have been molested. A lot of these gay people, gay LGBT, unfortunately, that is just a reality. So these people, these men, because they were molested by other men, they start to question who they are, and they start growing up feeling like they are a woman. Because in their reality, or what they're taught, women do this, men do this. So they're like, wait a minute, if a man molested me, then that makes me a woman. So they grow up questioning who they are. You can look this up too. The trauma of people that are molested. We talk about this. Homophobia is also a sign of somebody being molested, traumatized. Sexual traumatization will make someone homophobic. Okay, so going into that, there is no school out there that teach a transsexual how to be a woman. The whole process of you going to therapy is for you to be able to cope with your reality and to, like I said, differentiate between what is a male who thinks he's a woman and someone who actually identifies that. And that's why we have a lot of transgender women right now detransitioning. And we got a lot of transgender women out there doing a lot of stuff because they never went to therapy. So I'm here to set the record straight. And you can do your own research. AnnLawrence.com, tsroadmap.com. You also have Harry Benjamin, Standard of Care. Okay, you cannot wake up one day and say, I think I'm a woman, and go to a therapist and get a letter to transition. I don't know how it goes now, but back then you have to do a 2-year experiment before you can even start hormones. You have to, first of all, go in public, live your life 24/7 as a woman or the opposite sex that you are identifying as, or the opposite sex that you are anatomically born. You have to live 1 year straight of that gender. Second requirement is you have to get therapy for at least 6 months to a year. Now, I think it changed because someone told me it's 6 months, but you have to see your therapist like every week or something. I think it's like 54 sessions or something like that. So either way, for someone like myself to be a female, now my ID says I'm female, and I'm gonna pull that out right now. This is a state issued. Okay, state issued, mama. State issued. Okay? Nobody could fake that. State issued. I'm gonna show you my gender mark. I'm gonna show you what I am. Because like I said before, people, they think they know. Transgender is an umbrella term, and it's to whoever's under that umbrella term. They can identify however they choose to identify. If you're not in that term, you can't sit there and tell them what they should identify as. Or, well, they don't identify as transgender because they don't feel comfortable telling you that they're a transvestite. That's not true. It's like calling yourself an African American, a Negro, or Black. So which one are you? I mean, come on now, it's the same thing. It's like saying that. You know, who you identify as being Black, African American, or Negro, that's who you decide to identify as. We can't sit here and tell you who identify as, girl. And like I said before, the only way you know a transsexual from a transvestite is if you got that medical record. And like I said, I have no problem showing my medical record, honey. I got no problem giving a list of my therapist, my psychologist, my counselor, and my doctor who prescribed me hormones. I've been prescribed hormones since 2005. You do the calculation. You do the calculation. 2005, I got a prescription for hormones. You do the calculation. Now, there was pictures circulating too that were old. We're talking about, honey, when I was still dressing up and people are like, oh my God, that face was so hard. I was a signed model. See, you think you know my life and you have no idea about who I am or what I am. You only know what I tell you, and I don't tell you everything about me because it's none of your business. I was a signed model pre-transition and during my transition to an actual agency, and I was actually working. Okay, I was working. Okay, so at the end of the day, you know, those pictures to be a hard-faced man, as they said I was getting booked as a female model. Shout out to Danielle Reese. Shout out to Fifi Brewer from Fifi Entertainment. Shout out to my other manager out there, Ron. We'll call him Ron. Or Myrtle Beach, California. Can we talk about it? You don't know what you know. You think you know. I've been here. I've been doing my thing. And like I said before, because you see me in this arena freshly, don't mean I'm new to this. I've sat down and had meals with people that you only fantasize of being with. And I said that before. You will never understand who I am as a transgendered woman, as a trans woman, as a person in California. You will never understand me. You don't know my life. Going into a spiritualist who claiming that someone by the name of Aaron is giving them information. It's so ironic that I talk about my deceased cousin that have died named Aaron. And it's so ironic now that you're bringing it up now that that channel's gone. It's so ironic you're bringing it up. It's so ironic that this deceased Aaron would come to you and tell you part of my name, because I don't have Robinson in my name. Anybody who knows me can verify that. I have a best friend who watched my channel. But he would have told you the name that I had when he was alive, because the name that I had when he was alive, that would probably be more detrimental for you to know than my legal name. Now, like I said, you did a background check on me, it will come up it will come up female, not male. I'm not identified as a male legally since 18 years of age. Do your research. 18 years of age was the last time I identified as being a male. That's the last time that California ID even had it insisting I was a male, when I was 18. So I don't know what stories, I don't know what people are educating people on what transgenderism is and gender dysphoria, and these people don't know what they know and they got to get training. Can you please let us know what type of training that you're talking about? Because I never heard of a transgendered school to teach transgenders of how to behave like a woman, because your behavior and your mannerism is a part of your trait. That's in your DNA. So there are men out there that behave more like females than natural born females. And there are females out there that behave more like males than natural born males. So at the end of the day, and you can look this up, this is factual. Stop listening to these people on scientific facts, because they have scientific facts. They will understand that the way you act is what a male would do. Men are very territorial. Males are very, very competitive for no reason. That's a masculine trait. That's not a feminine trait. And if you're going to read down a transgender person, at least be all in your truth. At least be all the way you're female. At least be all the way feminine. Don't be female but have masculine traits and try to tell a transgender person about what they are, who they are, and try to educate people on that. Because even going into you, it's a proven fact, and you can look this up, that, anyway, I won't even go into that because that might lead into some stuff. Let me go ahead and back up at, okay, let me. Shoe, I'm trying to show. That shoe, I'm trying, I'm trying out, and I'm trying. People can't handle the truth. They can't handle the truth. I know that. People can't take it. When you tell them the truth, they can't take it, sis. They can't take it. They can't take it. I know this. So I gotta sit here and I gotta bite my tongue and act like I don't know what I know. Oh God, you live in a life full of lies, girl. You don't like the truth. So I'm gonna refrain from what I was gonna say, but all I'm gonna say is gender dysphoria is a medical condition that is in the medical books. There is different variations, or there's many variations of gender dysphoria. And some people has it extreme, some people don't. But going into me, because I'm gonna speak for me, whether or not I decide to have a sex change or not does not make me less of a woman than what I choose to identify as. Because according to my legal papers, all 50 states of the United States of America, okay, United States of America, I'm a female, going back to my birth certificate as well. And like I said before, I was not born male and decided to be female. I am someone who is intersex, who naturally have extra estrogen in his body. XXY is my chromosome. How you doing? 16 years old, I had drug tests. I had blood drawn from my body. I had a drug test 16 too, because I started working out at Walmart. I digress. That's none of your business. Either way, 16 years old, I had blood work done. 11 years old, I had blood work done because I was getting knots in my breast, it freaked me out. It was tenderness. My mom had just been diagnosed with breast cancer, which my mom beat breast cancer 2 times. 2 times, girl. It was gone. Let me get up out of that, girl. Let me get up out of that. Either way, when I start feeling tenderness, I thought I was getting some too. I was like, oh my God, I think I got breast cancer too. Oh my God. It was so traumatizing for me. And I went to high school and I told my high school counselor, like, I think I'm gonna die. They were like, why? I said, because I feel a lump in my chest and I think I got breast cancer. And I was really afraid. I was really afraid. And we went to church, and my uncle was a pastor because I grew up in on my mother's side, Masonic, Baptist type of family, because, Masons, honey, they identify as being Christian, but we all know what it is. But either way, I grew up in that, and a lot of my uncles and cousins, they are pastors. They still are. So they wanted to pray over me and said, in the name of Jesus, whatever spirit is in this young man, remove it out, because there's a tumor in that chest, and we call it out, Satan. And I remember that, girl, I was traumatized. I said, please don't let the Holy Spirit come over me, God. Please don't let the Holy Spirit. I was sitting there praying, honey. I was praying, honey. God, please don't let the Holy Spirit come up over me, because girl, I saw my aunties and people getting the Holy Ghost, getting the Holy Ghost and falling out on the floor. I said, oh God, please don't let me do that. Please don't. Speaking in tongues and stuff, blah, 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 blah. And the face was changing. I said, oh my God, don't let me do that, God. I was praying for that. But at the end of the day, it wasn't that. It was that I was developing into a woman. Okay, like I said before, I don't got to put my business out there. That's none of your business. What I am and who I am is not your business. What I choose to tell you is what I choose, and that's my prerogative. No one tells you how to behave. No one tells you how to speak. No one tells you how to engage, because how you are engaging and how you are behaving is unethical. It's ratchet. It's tacky. It's not something that a woman, whatever. It's not something that a man or woman that's over the age of 25 would act to prove a point, and it's just like, girl, oh God, oh Jesus. But anyway, gender dysphoria is a condition that's been a condition. They actually probably called it gender dysphoria not too long ago. It has not been gender dysphoria all these years. The first trans person, we'll call her trans because we don't know what she identified as. She considered herself a woman. So once again, transgender is the umbrella. People underneath there, they choose to identify whatever they choose to identify as. That's not your business. Who are you to sit and say, that's a transvestite? That's that, because you don't know that. A transvestite is a man who does not want to start hormones and or see therapy, who just put on women's clothing, and they may or may not be turned on by that. A cross-dresser is a heterosexual man who identifies being heterosexual, who puts on women's clothing because it turns him on. That's the difference between a cross-dresser and a transvestite. But a transvestite is typically a gay male who puts on women's clothing but don't plan on transition. They don't plan on getting their ID switched over to an F. They don't plan on getting their hormones. They don't plan on getting surgeries. And that's what a transvestite is. Okay? Transsexual is somebody who had surgery. A transsexual is somebody who's had surgery, depending on what type of transsexual they are, and or who've had hormonal therapy and seen a therapist. Those are the two requirements to be a transsexual. It's to have hormonal therapy and therapists, to see a psychologist. The surgical aspect will determine if you are post-op or pre-op. Obviously, you didn't do enough research because you would have known that. But you know, it is what it is. You know, you have people that are animals. When you have animals that are trying to act like they're human, there you go. When you have animals that are trying to act like they're human, then they're going to be speaking out, as we said, out the side of their neck and not really knowing exactly what it is that they're talking about. Let me make, I should have brought my driver's license. Oh, yes, I did bring my driver's license, Miss Thing, because we have to. So this is what we're going to do. You know, we're going to put this out of the way. We're going to put this out of the way. Okay. We're going to put this out of the way. Obviously, that's my face. What? What sex is that underneath that ID? Is it right there? What sex is that underneath that ID? What sex is that? I want to make sure you see that sex, baby. What sex is that, baby? Baby, what sex is that? Huh? Huh? What sex is that, baby? I want to make sure you get into that. This is a California issued ID. It's actually a driver's license. What sex does that say, baby? Huh? I mean, I don't know. I hope you can read. What sex does that say? There's no man over here. There's no male over here. It's a female over here, sweetie. It's a female, whoever the hell I am. It's a female, though. Okay? Whoever the hell I am, it's a female. Okay? So next time you want to preach a little gospel, you know, we're going to call it, you know, piglet. We're going to call it piglet Latin. Piglet Latin. Come correct or don't come at all. How you doing? How you doing? Okay, hello. I'm at the college. Hello, J2 Funny. Yes, you ready? I'm sorry tomorrow, J2 Funny. Ah, yes, I'm over here lathering that wonderful seducing. Yes, J2 Funny. We at the Botanica getting some supplies, girl, because we busy, honey. We busy. Yes, J2 Funny. We busy as always. We busy as always. We busy as always. Oh, we busy. Girl, and I'm rocking my Danity. This is Danity. This is actually called Danity Brazilian Patrice wig, honey. I got on Amazon for $37. Somebody was talking about switch and shake and something like that, honey. No, this is actually called Danity. Danity, I want to say Danity Kane so bad, but it's Danity Brazilian. I've been rocking these wigs for 3 years, honey. I love this. I love this type of wig. Now they actually changed the look and feel of it. You have to zooz it up yourself, honey. But, you know, it is what it is, girl. Yeah. It's called Danity L part. Look it up. Okay? Not no zoo, cheap, honey. Yes, geesh. We call it geesh. Yes. Like the geishas will put on their makeup and stuff and put on their little cute little stuff. That's what we consider, you know, that's what we consider transvestites, drag queens. Geesh. this is 24/7 for me. This is not a part-time thing. In order for you to be considered a female or to have a gender mark change in your ID, you have to submit legal documentation to prove that you are a woman, that you're not a man who thinks he's a woman. So at the end of the day, like I said before, you know, this is me. This is my life. This has been my life since I was a kid. I moved out of my parents' house 17 and a half, and that's when I started my transition. Now, I did not start hormones until 19, but at the end of the day, I still started my transition, getting all my papers together, trying to get my name in order and all that good stuff. So you can't speak on what's going on over here because you don't know what's going on over here. If you knew what was going on over here, then you would have a different mind frame. And it's not about respecting anybody. If you have respect for yourself, first of all, and respect for other people, they will respect you. I don't have to respect people that does not respect me. I don't have to respect people. I did a video with my mom, honey, and it got deleted. But my mama said, I don't, and I listened to my mother, I don't have to respect any man or woman who does not respect me. I don't have to. I don't have to, baby. I don't have to respect you. It's not about me disrespecting women because that's what I am. It's about me disrespecting people that disrespect me. And like I said before, I don't even check on you. I don't care. You still think in your mind that I'm still, oh, this person's coming after me. I don't check on you, girl. You're right here. I'm here. I see you down here, girl. I don't look down. I look up because you grow. You don't grow downward. You grow upward. So I'm not looking down there. Girl, I'm looking at the ones that are up there, the ones that have been there, done that are excelling. They're off of this platform. They're doing other things. I'm not here checking on people that are still trying to get a squirrel trying to get food. That's not me. I'm not here for that, sis. So, anyway, hello, Joey. Yes. A limo version. Come on, Joey. Yes. Hey, yes. Thank you, JT Funny. Thank you, JT Funny. Ow. Might be a synchronicity. Ow. Yeah, well, where's college? He's going to be attending next year, too. Come on, yes, honey. Go to school. You are a male homosexual. Come on, Joey. Come on, honey. Come on now. And people mix that up. Transsexual deal with transitioning your sex. So when you take hormones, you develop sexual characteristics of the opposite sex that you were anatomically born. That's what transsexual means. And transgender and your gender dysphoria, like I said, is totally separate. But going into that, transsexual and transgender, there's not a, well, they call themselves transgender because they're really transvestites. Like, no, transgendered is an umbrella term. As we said before, it's an umbrella term. And I said, we said before because I did a video on this before. And it's an umbrella term. And like I said, transsexuals are actually people that are developing sexual characteristics of the sex opposite of what they anatomically were born. So you could do that with hormones. You don't have to have surgery for that. So like I said before, I'm sick of people trying to micromanage or try to figure out, well, how are you a transsexual? You don't have the surgery done at the bottom. Well, why are you so nosy to wonder about that? Like, they are so infatuated with that, especially these YouTubers. They're so infatuated with what's down there. Everybody gets infatuated with that. That's why a lot of people like Laverne Cox even say, you know, I want to just talk about me being a trans woman. I don't want to go into detail about me being a transsexual, post-op, non-op, transgender. They don't care. She says she's transgender. And she don't have to tell you if she's a transvestite or not. She don't have to. Nobody has to. It's not your business. I technically don't even got to tell you I'm a trans woman. My ID says female. I'm legally a female. I don't have to tell you none of that. Everything I tell you is voluntarily. That's your problem, though. That's a lot of people's problem. They think that, well, you have to. No, you don't. Just like you don't got to tell people your STI status. You don't got to tell people your STD status because we know there's some of you that have it. You know, they said 1 in 8 Americans don't know they're infected with the virus. And that's just factual. So, I mean, I could show my papers to prove I ain't got it. You know, no tea, no shade. So it's like, girl, it is what it is. You know, talk on Google Chat. Yes, we should. Yes, we should talk, Joey. Joe, when you free, honey. I don't call myself any of those. I need to find something to resonate with. There you go. And then even the word pansexual. I don't like the term transsexual personally, pansexual, because Pan is named after the deity Pan, who's also known as Baphomet, which a lot of people don't know. And it also celebrates that you're into everything but possibly children. So when you get into pansexual, like they got Pan from that deity Pan, and that is a half horse or half goat, half human. Okay, so it's like at the end of the day, pansexual is a sexual identity. That's why I was going with that. Gender identity and sexual orientation is two separate things. A transgender person could still be heterosexual. A transgender person is not a homosexual. Not all transgenders are homosexual. Not all transgenders are bisexual. A transgender person could be heterosexual. A transgender person could be lesbian. A transgender person could be homo. And a homo transgender person is a transgender person who likes another transgender person. If you don't know that. So like I said before, there are subcategories that you don't know nothing about, that you were not taught, that even therapists who've been doing this for 40-something years still don't have no idea about. So I'm still trying to figure out how people who don't even know who they are as a racial classification, as an identity of whatever they choose to identify as, but try to come forward and try to say, this is what the T means in LGBT. I want to hear from a woman, what does it mean to be a woman, and why do you feel the need to be respected as a woman when you're not respecting yourself as a woman, for one, and for two, you're not giving respect. Respect is earned, not given. If everybody was entitled to respect, then girl, imagine how great this world would be. No, imagine how crazy this world would be, because that's what's wrong now. People think they were that, oh, I get respect because I reserve respect. No, you don't. It's earned. When you go through school and get educated, you earn the respect to be called doctor. Can we talk about it? When you go to school to be educated, you earn the right to be called a doctor, whether it's a doctor of science, a doctor of dentistry, it doesn't matter. So where do you think they offer free respects, or you just, well, I think that, I think that's just what it should be. I just think that I'm actually real and you're not. You're wanting to be me. For starters, I've never identified as a African-American woman. Even before transition, never identified as an African-American male, because my grandmother on my mother's side is a Caucasian/Native American woman, okay? And my father's family is nowhere near directly African descent. So I'm not going to identify as African-American when my ancestors directly outside of my grandfather did not come directly from Africa. I'm not going to put that down. And that bothers you, that's your tea, not mine. But like I said before, I've been a woman my whole adult life. So get used to it. Get over it. Not all transgenders, just because you know transgenders that you know transition possibly sometimes and all the good stuff. That's their story, not mine. Every transgendered experience is different, and that's why I would tell people it's different. Everybody does not identify as a woman altogether or 100%. Everybody does identify as whatever. There's some trans women that were never meant to be in a trans woman. I know a few that make money as a woman. They would never tell you that they were trans, and they're proud of that, and I can't knock them for that. And you would never know. There's women I know that are famous that are transgenders, and they will never tell you. You will never know. Ever. Ever, ever. Because that's not your business. Now, the men that they're with may know, but that's not your business in the public. Like I said, I voluntarily came out as... They don't have to tell you exactly. That's what I'm trying to say, girl. Girl, bye. I voluntarily said, because I was getting a lot of emails of people trying to hit on me and, oh my God, we can make a baby together. It'll be so beautiful. And I'm like, maybe I should come out and say I'm transgender. And that's why you've seen an evolution of me being more open with myself, because I wanted people to know what it is. Because you're going to look at me and say, something's different about this girl. And I wanted you to clock the T. But besides that, I could sit here and I could be normal and, you know, just be myself, and you will never clock that T. Ever. Ever, girl. Ever. I live in a city, girl, that's not too gay friendly. And I don't have problems. Okay, I told you that I live near Sacramento, but I don't live in Sacramento. My city is not gay friendly, honey. The gay men here, they will tell you, they fight for their rights. They fight to be respected. Girl, bye. So like I said before, it is what it is, girl. My life is my life. Your life is your life. Mind your business. Stay in your lane. Worry about what it is that you're doing. Worry about what it is you're manifesting. Worry about what it is that you're doing with your life. Worry about how the society see you. Don't worry about how society seeing us. Well, I hate to say that they're going to start getting you in trouble if you even say the word gender dysphoria. Girl, gender dysphoria been here before you were even born. We were in the history book before your grandmother was even thought about. No tea, no shade. We've been here before you were even thought of. And we're not going nowhere. The LGBT has been here before you, and they're going to be here after you. Get over it. Get over it. You cannot silence all of us. You cannot stop all of us. You cannot kill us all off. You cannot do it. You will not do it. We're multiplying. Going into the Divine Mother, and I said this before, being someone of trans experience, people have been suppressing the mother, suppressing and oppressing, because it's two separate things but same, the Divine Mother for so long, that now what is starting to happen is the Divine Mother is coming through quickly to where she's starting to confuse the population, let them know that you come from me. Going into female. Fe means water. Fe comes from a language, an old language, you can look this up too. I want to say it's called Watike, where they said that Fe means water, movement. That's why they say effeminate. He's very fluid in his movement. So at the end of the day, honey, everyone is female for 8 weeks of pregnancy. And it's during that time, the mother's body goes through a hormonal wash, and the body may change physically, but the emotions could still say that what it was for the first 8 weeks of pregnancy. Anybody who's a psychologist who know about gender dysphoria could tell you that. It's not the idea that you just woke up and said, I think I'm a man, or I think I'm a woman. Girl, it's embedded in you. It's encoded in you. It's in your DNA. It's a part of your personality. Just like I can't make you into being a nice woman. I can't make you into being a respectful woman. You will never respect people that are different from you. People hate things they don't understand. People hate things that they don't know. It is what it is. Let me see these comments, and I gotta go. Of course, but you know they're not gonna stop though. Edibus, they're not gonna stop until whatever happens, happens. And that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say, honey. Hello, Matrix Master. How are you? How are you, honey? You know what I think is so funny, Matrix Master? You have these people fooled, honey. Matrix Master! You have the people fooled. Hey, come on, Matrix. Okay, hello, Agent Rufus. How are you? Yes. See? Well, see, you know, I got a phone call from Washington, D.C. And I wish there was a way that I can show you my call log without showing the other numbers. But I got insight on some stuff. And that's why I said, I'm so glad I never associated with them. I'm so glad that they made me their enemy. I'm so glad because, baby, that's all I'm going to say. Shout out to my people out there, honey. Shout out to my people out there, honey. Shout out to the people out there, honey. Thank you, honey. Shout out to the people. Edibus, and then they say Persians harassing them. Right. Well, you know, someone who's not a part of this, because I needed an outside opinion, Adrian. Someone who's not a part of this group, the spiritual group. In fact, they are atheists. Someone who is group, Adrian. Oh girl, it's so hot outside. This battery started acting crazy. Someone who is new to is actually an atheist who does not believe in the spiritual stuff, who actually never heard of any of this stuff. I needed their outside opinion, and they even said that these people, they're depicting out internal conflict with themselves. So as the Christians have to blame the devil, these people have to blame their incompetence, their inability to express themselves the way they want to express themselves on someone like me. And it's cute. It's going to last for a while. It's going to last for a while, girl. It's going to last for a while. Because when I first came out as a trans woman, I got into it with another trans woman. We'll just call her Star. And Star made it pre-transition with post-transition. And I don't think Star is post-transition, but because she had surgery, and at that time I didn't have surgery, she made it non-surgery against surgical. So now, like I said, now that all transgenders are being accepted, now it's becoming a fake woman against real woman thing. And it's like, we're not checking on you. Trans women ain't checking on you, honey. We've been here. We get the same minute you get. Some of you marry these men who come to us in the middle of the night. Yes. Some of you are up there with a man right now. Some of you got a man watch this video right now who has experiments, especially he's been in prison. So at the end of the day, it's like, girl, like, stay over there and let us stay over here. Because I'm not checking on you. You're not the woman that I want to be. Nothing about your life is anything that I want to be. I wouldn't, if I was trying to mold my children into being a woman, I'm just saying this in your example because that's how ignorant you sound, then I wouldn't want them to be looking at your channel, your videos, and hear your story. I would tell them to look at Oprah Winfrey or Tyra Banks or, some women that are actually, doing something, not just saying, I'm a woman, respect me, because they're a woman. No, sweetie, it doesn't work that way at all. Okay? Yes. That is what she does. Hello. Yes, hello, Shaya. There's a head on the line. Of course. Of course. Okay. Okay. It is what it is. As I said before, I said in my video, the Most High has the last. And just because the channel is on, I mean you stop nothing. You can do all day long how you want to do. Well, we're going to stop you. Go ahead, girl. Because the clients are still here. Shout out to my donors. Shout out to the ones who send in for casework. That we're here to get supplies. We're here at the Botanica, honey. If you need to see, honey, hello. We're at the Botanica. Yes, honey. You ain't stopping nothing. Check me out on YouNow. My YouNow is the same name as my other YouTube channel. Check it out, honey. Put a K after magic. We'll be on YouNow, honey. How about that? Okay, of course. Of course, Adrian. That's why I said I'm not entertaining that, honey. That's why. Come on, Michelle. Thank you. Right. Childish interruption. You said it. Hello, Lady K. Yes, honey. I'm so glad to see all y'all coming to this channel, honey. Listen, y'all know where to find me at, honey. Y'all know where to find me at. Y'all know I'm, Hold on. I got my friend. She was listening to everything, honey. She was listening to everything. I have to get her on the line. Let me see if they email back. They didn't email me back yet. Okay. But I gotta go. I gotta get these supplies. This phone is getting hot. It said the battery is too hot. If they said if the temperature keep rising, the phone's gonna mess up. Girl, let it mess up, girl. This phone got a credit, girl. All I gotta pay is $40. I get a new Android. Girl, bye. Won't he do it? Yes. So anyway, shout out to all my transgender sisters out there, and to the transgender out there from Indiana, girl. Hey, see, you thought they had best interest for you too. And oh shit, I forgot your post-op. So you probably don't even feel included in the community, but whatever. Listen. Let me get it. Girl, where did you go? Okay. There you go. So listen. Thank you. Come on, Edwards. You will, honey. Come on. You've been busy. Come on, Lady K, with that job. Yes, girl. Listen, Lady K, we're going to do a call in. And even I'm actually putting together a website that you can still have interact. I'm coming together with an interactive platform outside of this stuff where you could still come on in, but I want to do a call in for testimonies, honey, because I want to hear y'all's stories, honey. I've been getting so many emails. Girl, you were right. Girl, you were right. Girl. I kid you not. Like, effortlessly,